أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الحمد لله الأول قبل الإنشاء والإحياء، والآخر بعد فناء الأشياء، والحمد لله الذي تفرد بالعز والبقاء وقهر عباده بالموت والفناء. عباد الله، أوصيكم بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم وإصلاح ذات بينكم كما أوصي نفسي بذلك. السلام عليكم all brothers and sisters ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Pray to Allah, accept all your prayers, your deed, your good work, and Jum'ah Mubarakah for all of you. My deep condolences to the Mawla Imam Zaman and to Rasulullah and Ali and Fatima and their descendant, the rest of the Imam, for the martyrdom of Imam Muhammad ibn Ali al-Jawad salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Yesterday, I was someplace, I mentioned that, and always I mention it in every occasion, in every time when either we celebrate a birthday of one of the Ma'sumin or we commemorate the martyrdom of another one. Usually, I don't try to talk about history because that or majority of people, they hear always in most mosque, Imam Barga, when they participate, majority of you listen to the history side of the Imam. From beginning, which I mentioned it here in this mosque many times. You know, it's meant for us as a follower of Ahlul Bayt to know them. This is in Ziyarat Jama' Kabira. You heard about it, you hear it, maybe you read it. And definitely when you read that Ziyarah, there is translation for it, interpretation, the meaning, and what it's mean to understand what you are reading. And the Ziyarah said, who knows you, know Allah. So there is 4 level knowing Ahlul Bayt. 4 level. They are not the same. There is a history level of Ahlul Bayt. Do they want it? Do they accept it? Definitely yes. Is that the goal which Ahlul Bayt, they want us to know them on that level only? Absolutely no. There is another level of ma'rifah. They call knowing them through their manqabat, through their miracles. They call al-ma'rifah al-manaqibiyya. It is higher level than the history, because the history, you keep repeating it. They born in such a year, they die in such a year, they live in such an era with certain people. The way they die, their kids, their wives, and the tyrant and dictator in their time, and all of that, which is majority of our majalis, is about these issues. The second one, you go deeper. When you talk about their manqabat, you know, here, well, I don't understand Urdu, but when I attend, you know, occasions, here, people, they read manqabat of Ahlul Bayt on a birthday of any of the 14 Ma'soom. They say something usually beyond history, something else, a higher level, what they did, the extraordinary power within them, which they have, not any other human being, have not one in a million of it. Which that level strengthens the relation between us and them to know who are our leaders, which kind of capability they are carrying. Do Ahlul Bayt, they like that level of ma'rifah, which is the second one after the history? Definitely they like it. Is that the goal for them, for the Shia, to know them in that level? Absolutely not. We have to go to the third level of ma'rifah. Which third level of ma'rifah? It's knowledgeable ma'rifah, scientific ma'rifah, through their speeches, through their dua, ziyarah, through their narrations. Unbelievable information in their supplication, in their dua, in their ziyarah. Unbelievable. And all the ziyarah, it's not made by us, it's made by the Imam themselves, which is the Imam after they teach us how to do the ziyarah for the Imam before, and so on. Too much information. You want to learn about the Big Bang Theory? Go to Nahj al-Balagha. Check what Imam Ali talked about that issue. Or Imam Zain al-Abidin, how he described things. And so on, and so on, and so on. The rest of the Imam, too much information. Is that third level recommended by Ahlul Bayt more than the other two? Definitely. Is that the goal? No. The last kind of ma'rifah, the fourth one, which is they call Nawrani ma'rifah, luminite ma'rifah, which is who are they based on what Allah wants us to know. The highest level of ma'rifah, which is Amir al-Mu'mineen, we're talking to Salman and Abu Dhar when they ask him about knowing him بالمعرفة النورانية, to know him in a معرفة نورانية. So we are commemorating the martyrdom of Imam Jawad salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Usually this is what I do here for too many years. I bring one or two of their narrations, try to understand it, how we apply it on our daily basis. Quran, why it was revealed to Rasulullah? To read it? Then it's useless. If it's only for reading, then it's like any other book, just you read it. Quran is to read it, to understand it, and then to apply it on your daily basis, to believe in it, and you apply it. You act based on the ayahs. Otherwise, it will be like any other book. Their narration, Quran, it has over 6,600 ayah. The narration which reached to our hand from Ahlul Bayt, I'm not talking about what's been destroyed, thrown in the ocean or in the water in general, or burned or buried underground and they're ruined. What reached in our hand over 128,000 narration. For what? Like, why Ahlul Bayt? They talk to us that much just to know that they have a very nice way of talking. Like they form sentences which no human being can write in that lovely way in Arabic, my native language. It's not meant that. It's how to understand things of life and what Allah wants and what is halal and haram and how we have to apply it on our daily in every aspect of this life. From the day we born till we die, till day of judgment, even till heaven, what will happen in heaven too, everything. I'll mention one of the narrations in the first speech and another narration in the second speech. Imam said, ثلاث خصال تجلبن فيهن المودة. ثلاث خصال تجلب فيهن المودة. الإنصاف في المعاشرة، والمواساة في الشدة، والانطواء على قلب سليم. Three qualities bring about affection. Bring people toward you. They will like you. Do you want to live lovable from everyone, accepted by everyone? You have to think about these three things. Otherwise, we cannot blame others why they take a distance from us. We have to check to ourselves, like, what is our action? Because Ahlul Bayt, they teach us how to be nice to everyone, how to live loved by others, cared by others. And this is a description of mu'min, which is they tell their followers, the mu'mineen. Three things, three quality bring about affection. Fairness in intercourse. I don't know, is the translation correct? I try my best. Because sometimes intercourse, they use it in some other, like in relation, to be fair. What is fairness in relation? You know, when you look to the narration of Ahlul Bayt, the lovely in it, it's connected with each other, with what Rasulullah said, what Imam Ali said, what Bibi Fatima said, till Imam al-Zaman. Like, they are not contradict with each other. Fairness in intercourse, in your relations, to be fair, which is with grandfather of Imam Jawad, Rasulullah. He said it. What is the meaning to be fair with others in your relation? Didn't Rasulullah said, love for others what you love it for your own self, and you must hate for others what you hate it for your own self? So this is how the relation is supposed to be. Do you like people having a relation with you to take an advantage of you in one day? If you don't like it, so don't build your relation with others on this base. and so on. Everything you take from A to Z in your life. Here is Imam, the same narration of Rasulullah, he formed it in different way. Fairness in intercourse, in every part of your life. Neighbors, with the brothers, with dad and mom, with everyone, in school, and your relations with your Lord. There is a saying here, we heard it in the Western society, which is, it's a saying of Rasulullah. Rasulullah said it different. They have a different way of saying. They call it the karma. What goes around, comes around. Rasulullah said it. Kama tudin tudan. The way you treat others, they will treat you. This is, you see how they are matching Ahlul Bayt, all their narration, lovely, unbelievable, like a garment being made so nice. The other, sympathy and distress. What is a sympathy and distress? We lived a pandemic, and still we are living into a pandemic. How much we reach our brothers and sisters? Did we knock their doors? Did we show what they need? We have to, you see, sometimes when I talk to people, they don't like the way I explain things. They said like, Sheikh, it's kindly you are attacking us. I'm not attacking no one. Before I talk to anyone, I talk to myself. You know, sometimes we describe Amir al-Mu'mineen. For what? Like we said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Zain al-Abidin, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, even Rasulullah. He is the head of that household. That's what he used to do. But it was known mainly about Amir al-Mu'mineen. Why he used to wake up in the middle of night, he doesn't sleep. He go to the orphans and poor people knocking on the door. Isn't this his sympathy and distress? Those people under pressure, the poverty, the need. He doesn't want them to feel that need and suffering in their life. This is in a financial issue. Is all our need financial issue? Like you have a friend in a hospital to go and visit that person, he or she. Do you know how much that will affect on their health? Someone, you know, he is troubling in a relation, husband and wife, parent with their kids. You try not to interfere to ruin it out. If you are good person, how to approach, how to talk to others, which you have a good affection to clear all these blocks and doors and wall in between this husband and wife or parents with their kids, to break the walls, that walls, and to bring them back together, live in a harmony and nice, and you save that family. It is too big for Allah, because Rasulullah, he told him, oh Ali, fixing a relation between two better than whole prayer and fasting. Because Islam, a religion of relation, not separation. Why you attend today here? To do namaz jama'ah. Jum'ah, which is jama', bring people together, not pushing people from each other. And so on, in every part. So to have a sympathy and distress in someone, you work in a company and whatever, governmental, they need employee, and you know there is a people, friends, your brothers, you could help them to be hired, to have a better income, better life. Do it. an old person, old lady. You see, it doesn't mean the relation of Ahl al-Bayt. They teach us all, yes, definitely, mainly between mu'mineen, but with everyone else. You walk in a parking lot and you see an old man, regardless he or she are Shia or like, this is what you have to be as an ambassador for your way, for the mu'mineen, ambassador for your religion. We are in the Western society. You see an old lady carrying a heavy bag from basket. She want to put it in her trunk or back doors or front doors, or an old man, barely they walk. Go help them. You don't lose anything. As a matter of fact, Allah and Ahl al-Bayt are watching, and this is what they want from their follower. The third, وَالْإِنْطِوَاء عَلَى قَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. This is very hard. And introversion of a healthy heart. I don't know if the word is good. I try to find it on the website on translation. Which you keep your heart on a safe intention. Al-inṭiwā' ala qalbin salim. Pure heart. This is the hardest. This is what Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, what he said about month of Ramadan. He said, it didn't mean you fast from food and drink, because that's definitely, it must be. And this is not the goal. Because poor people already, they are fasting maybe year around. Then Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen, what is the meaning of fasting? He said fasting of all your organs, your limbs, everything, your hand, your leg, your eyes, your ear, your tongue, your mouth, everything, what you said. And even this is not the goal. The goal for Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said, you have to fast your thought, which is your heart. In Arabic, in Quran, when they said heart or aql, they are connected together. If we don't fast our thoughts, like, hey, salam alaikum, how are you doing, brother? Well, so long I didn't see you. And I hug him and I kiss him, and when he go and people around me, I say, he is such and such, and I try to cut him with a scissor and with a nail clipper, and I cut him with a saw. I do a heat, but this is a hypocrisy. You have to show what's in your heart outside. You have to be saying what's inside outside. Always your heart supposed to be one toward everyone else. I'm not talking about taqiyya. Sometimes you used to say something and you act something else. And the taqiyya, it's a different, it doesn't happen always. We're talking about something daily routine. This is what Ahl al-Bayt teach us. This is their teaching. They teach us from A to Z how to be good, straight, and always keeping our heart so clean, so pure. And main purity of our heart, to keep it, that is what? ولاية محمد وآل محمد. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على المصطفى محمد والمرتضى علي والبتول فاطمة والسبطين السيدين الإمامين الهمامين المجتبى الحسن والشهيد الحسين، وعلى زين العباد علي والباقر محمد والصادق جعفر والكاظم موسى والرضا علي والتقي محمد والنقي علي والزكي الحسن العسكري وصاحب العصر والزمان وخليفة الرحمن وشريك القرآن وإمام الإنس والجان. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Before I start with the other narration, tomorrow for every one of you, the night of first, today 29th of the Qa'dah. Tomorrow is what? The 30th Dhul Qa'dah. Day after tomorrow, the first. This is in general. So from the night of one, you know, like the night of Muharram, which is not the day of Muharram, the day which is one. The night of Muharram, which is the 30th or the 29th, based on the crescent. So tomorrow will be the night of the first day, Dhul Hijjah, the night of the first day. If you want to get Hajj without going to Hajj, remember, don't forget. You want to write it, write it. You want to go to Hajj without participating in Mecca, you go to Mecca and Medina. A narration from Ahlul Bayt. Between Maghrib and Isha, tomorrow until the night of Eid, 10 consecutive nights after each other. You shouldn't forget. All this 10 days from tomorrow till the night of Eid, 10 days in a row. Between Maghrib and Isha, you do 2 rak'ah. Just like morning prayer, 2 rak'ah. Hamd, Qul Huwa Allah. But after Qul Huwa Allah, you have to read ayah number 142 from Surah A'raf. Surah A'raf, the 9th surah. Ayah 142, which is here in front of me. وَوَعَدْنَا مُوسَى 30 ليلة وأتممناها وواعدنا موسى 30 ليلة وأتممناها ب10 فتم ميقات ربه 40 ليلة وقال موسى لأخيه هارون اخلفني في قومي وأصلح ولا تتبع سبيل المفسدين. This ayah, he said, Sheikh, I don't have it in my mind. I didn't memorize this ayah. Put Quran in your hand. Open the Quran. Surah 9, ayah 142. Start وَوَعَدْنَا مُوسَى in both rak'ah. Just you do that. It's very simple. You know, you do Ghufayla between Maghrib and Isha. Do this. 10 straight night. Allah, Ahlul Bayt, the angel will record you. You did Hajj this year. Sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. The other narration, which I want to conclude it because there's no time, I don't want to take that much of your time. ثلاثة يبلغن بالعبد رضوان الله تعالى كثرة الاستغفار وخفض الجانب وكثرة الصدقة. All our goals in our life, our goal is what? Here or hereafter. No matter what we do, we will die. No matter what you do, no matter what you will own in this, if you own all this universe, the deed in your hand, what after that? Death, you will leave it. The goal to reach Allah accept us. If He accepts us, then hereafter you will be in heaven. Joy forever, happiness forever, good life forever. Nothing will bother you. Or if we didn't get His acceptance, we will be in His hell and the fire, tortured forever. So Imam Jawadi is teaching us 3 things will make Allah happy accepting his servants. The first narration, how to have a good relation in your lifetime, during your lifetime with everyone else. Imam Jawad, he showed us. Now, what is the relation between me and Allah? 3 things attain to the servant the pleasure of Allah Almighty. What is these 3 things? A lot of seeking forgiveness. We are all sinners. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself. I'm not infallible. I'm just one like you. The difference between me and you, I'm behind the podium, I'm talking to you. Something I read it, you didn't read it, I explained it to you. You read it, you'll be like me, exactly. You can't stand here, you can't preach to the people. So we are all sinners at the same boat. But what do we have to do? We have to sin, because there is a narration said when we sin, we are given 7 hours. God give us 7 hours. He permit us for 7 hours to ask forgiveness. If we didn't ask forgiveness, angels will write that in our books. And it doesn't mean, okay, Sheikh, then I will go sin and every time I ask forgiveness. Then this is a stupidity, I'm sorry to say, from me, because I'm doing this sin intentionally. Usually, we're supposed to know really in our heart to believe that when we sin, we are tricked by devil or by our desire. We don't want to do that intentionally. And when you say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah is not by tongue. Astaghfirullah by heart, regretting. And that's why there is a narration from Imam Sadiq. He said, might someone sin, that sin, it was the cause for him to go to heaven. How come? You sin, the sin make you go to heaven? Yes. The much you live regret, and this is the meaning of istighfar. You feel the regret from why I did that wrong things, why I disobey Allah. Kuthrat al-istighfar. What else? A low profile. Low profile, which is mean humbleness. Why? Because Allah said, there is a hadith Qudsi. Hadith Qudsi is a saying from Allah, but not in the Quran. He said, pride, takabbur, kibriya. Takabbur is my garment. Whoever from my servant wear it, I will put him in hellfire. Allah hates takabbur from us, to be humble all our life. The best ever creature Allah created, who was he? What he made the best? Rasulullah. He used to sit with poor people and eat with them. He didn't feel like so elevated among everyone else. Imam Hassan used to sit on dirt with the poor people and eat with them. Then he invite them to his house. Imam Ali, all of them, they do the same. All Ahlul Bayt, their action is one. So takabbur for what? Imam Ali, he has a lovely narration about takabbur. He is telling a human being, like, why you do takabbur? A first of you, a sperm and egg so smelly, smells so bad. And when you die, you are the stinkiest creature ever die, has a smell. Can you put a human being on it? I don't know. Some of you, maybe you didn't smell a human being when they die for a long time. You cannot handle it. Unbelievable, we get stink when we die. That's why we have to be buried and so deep. And Imam Ali said, and in between that, the birthday, the sperm, and the death, he said, you carry filth inside you. The bag of filth we have inside us from the food. Don't we use a bathroom? Our waste? That's what we carry. For what you do takabbur? Who you are? Imam Ali wants us to be humble. We are all the same. None of us was created different than others. So why we do takabbur? On who? Do I know what's in your heart? At least I know myself. I know my sin, but I don't know none of your sin. I'm aware of my sin. So why I do takabbur on others? While I know Allah knows my sin and I know it. Some maybe I forgot it, I don't remember it, but it's recorded. So how come I try to look to others that I'm above them? Why? The third, كثرة الصدقة. Lots of charity. Usually charity, where it's go? You pay to the poor. You share it with others. And this is what we talk at the beginning. Islam about society all together. Jama'ah, Jum'ah. You share with others, not individuality. Because this is teaching us how we share things with others. With neighbors, with family, with poor, with needing. And sadaqah, that doesn't mean you put your hand in your pocket or you grab your wallet and you squeeze the currency to see like if there is another dollar, stick to the other dollar. We want to gate heaven by $1 or a quarter. We are so cheap, unfortunately. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرينا الحق حقا ويرزقنا اتباعه ويرينا الباطل باطلا ويرزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم عرفني نفسك فإنك إن لم تعرفني نفسك لم أعرف رسولك. اللهم عرفني رسولك فإنك إن لم تعرفني رسولك لم أعرف حجتك. اللهم عرفني حجتك فإنك إن لم تعرفني حجتك ضللت عن ديني. اللهم لا تمتني ميتة جاهلية. اللهم لا تزغ قلبي بعد إذ هديتني وهب لي من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. فاتحة for all mu'mineen mu'minat. Your deceased and those who die from Adam till their judgment from mu'mineen mu'minat. Say salawat. اللهم صل على محمد